Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yahusha, Living Orders and Commands, an end-time series for those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah. To those who have come to accept that Yahuah indeed manifests himself, his word in the flesh, in the person, in the man of Yahusha. To those who have come to realize that it is Yahuah that is almighty and can do whatever he sees fit, in spite of what people think he can and cannot do. The only thing is, it is impossible for him to lie. Impossible. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. End times are upon us. Let us continue with part 2 of the segment entitled Vanishing Opportunities, Appointments and Schedules. Now hear this, O Yahusha, all who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah. There will be forced migrations, forced transitions, forced movements. The habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll. Do your research and you will discover all across the world global warming and climate change is proven through drought, fresh water shortages erupting. It will soon prove to result in increased famine, food shortages like never before witnessed on this planet, along with a continued rise in pestilence and disease of many types. Soon and very soon, we will witness forced migration like never before. My brothers and sisters, take a moment and look at a map of the entire planet, a flat map, and begin to place an X on areas that are facing extreme drought and famine and pestilence and disease. And look at those areas that are being defined as being destroyed due to sea level rises. And ask yourself, are the habitable places on this planet starting to roll up like a scroll? We know without a doubt, if you search the scriptures, that it speaks of a time when man was created and placed in the Garden of Eden. And it speaks of a time when wicked nations will come together in the valley of Megiddo before making their final march against the children of Yahuah. I submit to you, where it all began, we will see in the same region where it will all come to an end for man as we know it in these earthen vessels. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. We are beyond types and shadows. So severe conditions are ahead. And we will realize, we who seek to serve and worship and obey, we will come to accept that we are in a refinement stage, a time of being reproved, disciplined, and shaped into the image that the Most High Father has ordered. We will also begin to witness wars and fightings break out beyond what we see in the Middle East. We will witness wars and fightings over food and water become widespread across the planet. We will discover that all types of wars will erupt and that they have already begun. It's just a matter of growing in intensity. If you doubt this, ask anyone who lives in a community where the water is not coming out of the tap. Ask anyone, ask those who have had water stolen that they have gathered in containers to bathe in, to drink, to use for cooking or washing. Ask those who are faced with taking up their roots from where they are at, their current locations, and move and face change. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, it has begun, and it will become intense. We will reach a time when it will become too late for individuals to migrate. There will be times where individuals will be trapped in their current geographical locations because of waiting too late to yield to the living voice warnings executed by the watchmen of Yahusha Messiah. The time is vastly approaching where economies will collapse. We will come to realize economies will collapse because money, cash, gold, silver, and any other currently precious metals or resources will take a back seat or become useless as people look for fresh water and food. We will see that the richest, the most valuable of all resources, fresh water and food, will become the number one thing that man seek after, followed by a safe place to live. There will be increase and individuals seeking to survive. Battles will become very visible. Chaos will erupt all around the four corners of the earth. There will be deaths, violence, confusion, upheaval, and more as conditions become extremely intense. Remember, my brothers and sisters, we are told to be mindful of the signs of the times. We are told to focus and look straight on Yahusha Messiah and follow his living orders and commands. Proof will come that there will be a group that will come to be known as the children of obedience, who will recognize the presence of the living Savior like never before. Are you ready? Are you ready to identify the tasks that have been ordered of you? Are you ready to awaken, O Yasharal? Consider this. In times past, there was a sequence of events that occurred before the wrath of the Almighty Father began. And when it did began, it started and it grew intense more and more with each passing day until it accomplished the tasks that were ordered. Consider what I have come to call the Amos sequence. I invite you to visit Amos' 4th chapter, verses 6 through 13, as I have mentioned in times past. As I mentioned in times past, a warning, a siren, repeats itself over and over until it's no longer needed. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. The warnings continue to go forward, but there will come a time when there will be no need for warnings. Let me read Amos 4th chapter, verse 6 through 13. I also gave you cleanness of teeth in all your cities and lack of bread in all your places. But you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. And I also withheld rain from you 3 months before the harvest. Then I would send rain on one city, and on another city I would not send rain. One part was rained upon, and where it did not rain, the part would dry up. Then 2 or 3 cities would wander to another city to drink water, but they were not satisfied, but did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. I have smitten you with blight and mildew. The creeping locust devoured your many gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. I have sent among you a plague in the way of Mitzrayim. I have slain your young men with the sword, along with your captured horses. And I made the stench of your camps come up into your nostrils, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. I have overthrown some of you as the Almighty One overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were like a burning stick plucked from the burning, but you did not turn back to me, declares Yahuah. Therefore I am doing this to you, O Yasharal, and because I do this to you, prepare to meet your Almighty One, O Yasharal. For look, he who forms mountains and creates the wind, and who declares to man what his thought is, and makes the morning darkness, and who treads the high places of the earth. Yahuah, the Almighty One of hosts, is his name. Notice that it says, he who formed mountains and creates the wind. Who is aware that the creation of the wind, the jet streams, the patterns, the weather patterns that we are seeing are a reflection of the wrath of the Almighty Father becoming more and more intense? If you doubt this, ask anyone who has faced a tornado or the destruction of a hurricane or typhoon or a tsunami. He who has an ear, let him hear that these are the days of the wrath of the Almighty Father enlarging. These are the days that Yasharal are being refined, disciplined, and perfected for that final exodus, to await, to get to a safe place and await the physical return of Yahusha Messiah. Just like the Almighty Father changes not. For those of you who will look at the literal and say this prophecy has been fulfilled, I submit to you, we will face similar sequences of events. And I am compelled to believe with all my mind and body and soul that we are at the point where we must and will prepare to meet our Maker. Whether you believe these times have arrived or not, will not erase that there are appointments and schedules ordered by the Almighty Father. We are not on our own time. Who is able to discern the reason each of us receives another breath? For what purpose or for what reason? We will soon find out. Who has taken seriously the following, Deuteronomy 8:8, and he humbled you and let you suffer hunger and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, to make you know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of Yahuah. We will come to recognize the life and the strength in this passage regarding its literal, its contextual, and its spiritual meaning. Matthew 4:4 said, but he answered and said, it has been written, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of Yahuah. We live by every word, my brothers and sisters, that come from the mouth of Yahuah makes us able to breathe, to live. To what purpose? We will find out soon. For there will be individuals, men, women, and children, who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in great multitude together, that will fulfill end-time prophecies regarding our final exodus, regarding coming out of the great tribulation. I cannot stress enough the importance of being prepared in the wake, O Yahusha. Who has asked themselves, why are these words reaching my ears, and for what purpose? Look around, O Yahusha. Famine, drought, pestilence, and disease has taken on a path of increase and getting intense with each passing day. The world is taking notice to the signs of the times like never before. Global warming and climate change demand that man pursue solutions, and for those who seek set-apartness, that solution is in Yahusha Messiah. It is a time where we will come to accept living orders and commands. We will obey. Not maybe, not might. Obedience will come. I cannot stress enough how end-time prophecies bring dictated orders. Yes, dictated orders. Real living commands and orders. It is not a democracy. It is a sovereignty with the Master Yahusha as our sovereign. The misperceived conveniences that many think regarding that we can do whatever we want, whatever we please, will soon be proven to be wrong and of wicked origin. We are on the schedule of the Most High Father Yahuah, and our end, those who will fulfill the final exodus and or martyrs, and these earthen vessels will witness much work that will be done before the physical return of Yahusha Messiah. Prepared to behold all proof that is necessary, my brothers and sisters. Prepared to witness the structuring of an awakening nation. For many, it will be as though the walls are closing in on us, so to speak, as we witness habitable places on this planet roll up like a scroll. If you doubt that, consider Revelation 6:8 and 9:18, which I have mentioned in times past. If you do the math, well over 3.6 billion people will soon die as the tribulation comes before us with intensity. And I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, we who are Yahusha will be gathered to a safe place and will not face the full wrath of the Almighty One. Yes, habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll, and it has begun. Who is able to realize where life began in the Garden of Eden, so will it come to an end. Again, examine and search the scriptures, and you will see where it mentions the wicked nations gathering in Megiddo. And if you search the scriptures, you will see that there was a final march against the children of Yahuah. Who is able to realize once the final wicked armies make that march on the children of Yahuah in that safe place, it will mark the return of Yahusha Messiah. Who is able to realize that as drought, famine, pestilence, and disease become widespread, that the beast system will prove to be unsuccessful. It will prove to be a failure, and the remaining wicked ones will march on the people of Yahuah, who will be in that safe place. My brothers and sisters, there is much work that will be done, and we will soon behold the severe hand of the Most High Father execute all that is necessary to bring His promises into fruition, into reality before the world, before our eyes. I strongly suggest that each of us earnestly seek to discern the living directions and guidance of the Spirit of Yahusha. It will be wise to come to grips with what is expected. It will be wise to embrace the presence of the Spirit of Yahusha working in us one towards another, working through us directly by His Spirit, working through us one towards another, and working through His chosen leaders. It will be wise to embrace and believe that all prophecies will be fulfilled. Soon and very soon it will become evident more clearly that we have reached the time known as birth pains. The days of business as usual or walking about in our daily routines are approaching an end. We will soon witness those who will betray us, and we will witness meeting strangers who share like minds, like convictions, who are gathered together as one under the banner of Yahusha by Yahusha Messiah, Spirit. Are you waiting for massive confusion and congestion as people begin to realize what's unfolding, represent end-time prophecy? Are you waiting to see huge crowds of people rush towards roadways, highways, airports, waterways, train stations, ship ports, etc., trying to escape the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuah? Are you waiting to see massive movement for people seeking loved ones or trying to find that safe place that they believe is the place to go, or running to and fro thinking that they have found what must be regarding fresh water and food or a safe place? Those who wait till it's too late will find themselves caught in congestion. Those who are able to discern the living orders and commands coming from the Almighty Father through his set-apart spirits in Yahusha's name will witness participating in the ranks of the children of obedience. Be alert, O Yahusha. Many of us will be surprised regarding our individual task and the collective task of Yahusha. Many of us will be surprised of how the Most High will execute his promises regarding disciplining those whom he loved. We will be surprised as he removes obstacles. We will be surprised as those who will rise up as chosen leaders directed by the Spirit of Yahusha. And in that surprise, we will witness something magnificent, something phenomenal emerge, an awakening nation. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. These are the last days for these earthen vessels. Like never before, we are closer to the return of Yahusha Messiah. The 144,000, 12,000 Hebrews or Abri, and Gentiles and Goyim, we will witness a great multitude. So there will be 12,000 Hebrews, Abri, from each of the 12 tribes of Yahusha as defined in Revelation 7 chapter, and along with them will be that great multitude consisting of Gentiles or Goyim, others, people from other nations, brought together as one by Yahusha Messiah from other kindreds and tongues. We will learn to communicate in a way in which we have never imagined. Pray and watch. Pray, O Yahusha. Pray, for there are things ahead that demands our attention. There will be vanishing opportunities. We will come to realize that there is no other opportunities that will be given as things become intense. There will be no rewind buttons. There will be no buttons to pause and cause the plan of the Most High to retreat or stop. We will witness appointments and schedules etched by the hand of the Almighty Father, of which we will come to obey. We will come to identify his set-apart spirit rise among us, his set-apart spirit sent in Yahusha's name. And it will come with proof, severe, powerful, and phenomenal proof ahead. We will come into compliance regarding what is indeed set apart, regarding guarding the set apart days, regarding structure and leadership. Who do you think will win this battle? Us in our stiff-necked position? Or do we honestly believe that the Almighty Father Yahuah will win this battle? I do. I believe the Almighty Father Yahuah will win this battle. His words will come to be fulfilled, and we will witness the presence of Yahusha Messiah's Spirit, a spirit that the Almighty Father, his Spirit that he chose to send in Yahusha's name. We will witness truth, proof, and physical deliverance from strongholds that impede our ability to grow in maturity like we should and like we will. The Father will honor all promises. All prophecies will be fulfilled. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to seek to discern earnestly and establish a ready mind to respond with accuracy, for our time draws near, a time of gathering, a time of being refined in the image that the Most High would have us represent as it relates to end time prophecies, as it relates to the scriptures that have been brought before us. Until next time, I invite you to continue listening to Yahusha's living orders and commands. Seek to discern, seek to pray, seek to discover the life in the messages I present, and in everything that I present that is set apart, that you believe is to be of the Most High. May Yahusha Messiah gets all credit and esteem. May Yahusha Messiah be lifted up, and as a result of him being lifted up, we watch him draw all men to himself as stated in Scripture, and present us before the Almighty One, who is ready to discover that call, that chosen task ahead. Prepare, O Yahusha. There is much work to be done. There are many roads to travel. There are many miles that we will journey. And we will witness the final gathering of an awakening nation. Vanishing opportunities will prove to be true. Appointments and schedule will prove to be true. What say you, O listener, to these words? Until next time, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.